Neither the judge nor his family are covered under the judge's recently imposed gag order on the trial. We could see that coverage expanded. Joining me now is Andrew Weissman, former FBI general counsel, former senior member of the Mueller probe, and MSNBC legal analyst. Andrew, I cease to be able to be surprised, except that Donald Trump is now literally making up a story about Judge Marchand's daughter, posting about it, railing about it, naming her by name, and there's still nothing anyone can do to stop it?
Well, it actually is something that could be stopped. I mean, there could be the gag order could apply to both the judge and the judge's family. And this is one where, as a matter of grace, the judges have not imposed the gag order as to themselves.
Right.
It reminds me when Amy Berman Jackson, Roger Stone, had posted a picture with crosshairs next to her, and she said you couldn't find another photo that didn't have that there. And judges, I think, bend over backwards. But it'll be interesting to see whether Judge Marchand does expands it. But I just would like to step back to, it is true that you see this and you think it's just Donald Trump. It's just Donald Trump, more of the same. It is really important not to just get to normalize this.
Yes,
and
amen.
not to, I mean, so many people talk about sort of predicting what would a Trump 2.0 administration be, and should we really think he's going to be a dictator, and what will happen? And my response to that is, you can look right now at what he's doing and saying. And for people who are fair-minded, I would say, what do you say about somebody who attacks the daughter of a judge?
That's right.
Is there no depth to which you will not, descend? I mean, it is so important to not get inured to what this is.
Yeah. And I mean, the bottom line is the reason that he's attacking Judge Marchand and his family is the same reason he attacks Jack Smith. They won't stop prosecuting him. And he can't delay the trial anymore. He's found a way to even delay the Georgia trial, which is, I never thought they'd figure out a way, but they literally went after Fonnie Willis's relationship that had nothing to do with the case. That did delay it. This is the one case he can't stop. He knows it's coming, and therefore he's trying to personally destroy this man's family.